What is happening? Thanks for coming by to one of my rickety videos. Uh, so today I am talking about, well, guess what? Right? I'm talking about my software. We got version 1.0.0.30. We got first thing before I even get out of the gate. If anybody has any questions, I'd really, I have that. Look, I have a full paid version up there. This is basically what it is right here. It's $3. Look, it's just I have that special version for you. It should take care of everything you need. I'm not even going to ask you to go up and just tell people about, like, oh, look at this cool software. If it's cool and it works for you, that's all. I'm not even. If you do buy it, just consider it a donation. The other thing is if you do have a special situation where you have a vehicle and you're wondering and you're curious, I'm definitely happy to go and exceed to just sort of. Don't take a guess on the stupid thing. Like if you get the free, it's limited and there's certain functions that don't work, and you have the vehicle and you're got a specific situation and you're not sure if my software might help you or not, I don't want you to risk it and take a chance. Talk to me. I'll hook you up. I'll set you up with like whatever the maximum abilities of my software are, right? I'm still at a point where the most important thing to me is like a reputation of just like having something that doesn't suck, because I'm not the amount of money that I'm making off of this thing is hilarious. Right? Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So if you do have a specific problem and you're hoping that maybe my software can do, like if you buy it and then the clear button enables or something, that might help, talk to me first. I will definitely, I am not freaking, I am in a help mode at this point. Okay. Finish with that. Okay. Anyway, so I just talk to me first before you spend freaking any money. Otherwise, it's just a donation, right? Just consider it a donation, and then still I'll talk, about anything, because there's a lot. I'm going to make another video. I'm trying to make this short. I want to make a video right after this about bidirectionality and some crazy stuff that happened. Not really that great yet, but it's just some crazy stuff. So, but anyway, this is version 1.0.0.30. Over on the right is my Thought Pill website, and you can see now I'm putting sort of a record of the revisions and things that are fixed and things, little things you might have saw with the software that you say, oh, this isn't right, and then maybe if you see that I've addressed it, hopefully. If you did see something that was weird, it's hopefully been addressed in the software. Not every weird thing has been addressed in this little list here, but I'm going to try to make it better as I go forward. So anyway, the version, I'm just going to call it 30, right? Because, I mean, they're all the damn same. So here, version 30, I just added another thing to the list. I didn't realize that I was missing the very last item, which is a different flavor. I thought it was just these four. Anyway, whatever this is, I just added it to it's an ELM 327 spec. But if you're talking to your car, leave this on auto. It will find, just, that's just, I just put it there because, I don't know. Flexibility is good, I'm just thinking, Can you touch your toes without bending your knees? Flexibility, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway, so let's go back. So that was one thing I changed over there. I'm referring to the list on the right? The very first thing. And then the second thing is the user PIDs. Now, we were getting a weird behavior on the user PIDs here. When you would, like trans temp and trans ECU voltage, right? You would have to pick only one ECU that wasn't set as 7DF. So in this case, what we would get is you would get fluctuating values. You would get some weird behavior here. Only if I had another, like if I added another ECU like the engine, let's say the coolant temperature. If I had, like, now you'll see I have 7EO and 7E2. If you had two, then it would force it and it would be fine. All right, so that was a bug that you may not have noticed. So I found it, and you'd have to only run like from an ECU that's not the powertrain, or it just was weird. So it was like it was a hard to, it would, to make it happen, you'd have to have everything set to one ECU. And okay, what's the last one? Oh, the freeze frame. We added freeze frame data. Added freeze frame data to our. Oh, jeez, what the heck did I do? No, I don't want to do whatever that was, right? I hate these computers. I despise computers. I want a stick in a mud pie. I want a rowboat on a muddy river. I want bug spray and a burning log with a hot dog. Okay, this stuff is starting to make me nuts. Did I say that? I think I did. All right, what did we say? Somebody said something about freeze frame data. So now, the freeze frame data is like, it's just like I'm such a knucklehead. It took me so long. I'm sitting here waiting for something. It took me so long to just sort of get the concept of how this works. And basically what happens is your ECU will report your a PID that is responsible for creating all of your freeze frame data. And then your freeze frame data is essentially your standard OBD2 PIDs data that your automobile supports. So here's here's something that like typically you would see here. The engine RPM is just sitting there at 455 or 1455, right? None of these values, they're just stuck. The freeze frame values. So I didn't have that before. That's a really useful thing to have. Oh, I hit refresh. Sometimes the connection isn't good, and instead of making you jump through a bunch of hoops or waiting 10 minutes, I just give you that refresh. Okay. So, nice error, right? You mechanics out there, that's a great error. That came from me experimenting. Didn't happen from this app. It happened from my other CAN app that lets you do insane things to the, really pretty much anything to the car you want. And I reset my crankshaft learn variation, which will never. This has a very specific fix, and I have some options. I'll get into that in the other video. But anyway, at least it gave me the opportunity because it created freeze frame data. And finally I was like, okay, let me just, because it's hard to go and do this to other people's cars. So I can't know for sure if the freeze frame stuff is going to work. So in the free app, what I did is I kind of limited it to just a handful of freeze frame. So that you can tell if it's compatible or not, and then you can do your $3 donation or whatever if you get the whole full. But you don't need freeze frame data to tell everything. The nice thing is that, damn, I keep hitting refresh instead of back. Okay. And I went too far. So every version of this app will read your error codes, and we'll give you a link and show you at least a handful of freeze frame PIDs. Freeze frame PIDs. And what I meant to say when I was saying is, like, if you come into your OBD2 live data, right, it's going to read from your car. What PIDs do you support getting PIDs? It's getting PIDs from my car. Which ones do you support? Like, on my truck, it'll return bank 1 and 2. On the Impala, there's just bank 1. And what these are live, but when you get freeze frame data, basically these are going to be, frozen values, although these look frozen, right, because they're not really moving. Usually if you look at voltages have a little bit of fluctuation. Sometimes let's see, module voltage, and let's see, O2 sensor, let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, the voltages like to fluctuate a little bit. So, but the freeze frame data, of course, is just stuck, 12.58. I don't like to put I have a charger on the car. This is ridiculous, right? My test, let me not get into all that. Anyway, so here we are. We have version 1.0.0.0.30, what is it? Here, it's easier. You can read it right there. 1.00.3. Oh, man, like, I should run for president or something. All right. Anyway, calm down. Everybody go back to their corners. Look, thanks a lot for coming by. I just wanted to share my release. I know I'm not making a ton of videos. I'm not a YouTuber. Maybe someday I'll try to be a YouTuber, but here it is. Here's the software. my free versions are a little bit limited compared to the full. Here, let me show you what I mean real quick. You know, the SC is what's available at my website, that like non-ad free one, right? So you open it up, and it basically looks like the full version. And the thing is you can still, with this version, you can clear. That's what I'm saying. You know, if you're not sure, get this version and see if it'll clear. I mean, the full version is really like a donation, right? But on this version, whoops, let me come back and show you what I was talking about. Jeez. Right. Get this set up. Edit. What am I trying to do? Wi-Fi. Right. Yes. Okay. Let's come back here. Let's go get the DTCs. Right. I'm just like I sit here like doing nothing. Okay. So go get the DTCs. You come back, and then now this is the special version, right? So here you can always get the DTCs. You can clear them, but when you go to get the free, it's going to tell you, oh, you're limited to 6 PIDs. So you can evaluate compatibility. Thank you, blah, blah. I wrote all this. It's like I have a secretary. I am my secretary. So, okay, or I am my developer. Read freeze frames, and here's, up to 6 freeze frames. So you can just see if the values are sane. If they're sane, then you can say, okay, I'll splurge and give this guy $3. I want my $3. Anybody remember that movie with from the 80s, I think? I want my $3. K2, the kid on the bicycle, he wanted $2 actually. And that beautiful Camaro, that black Camaro. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? All right, anyway, he had this beautiful. He was sitting in his garage. This badass. I don't know what year. It had like late '60s, I think, but like shiny, sparkling black. It's like, oh, look what I found. Tire, everything, man, everything you can imagine that made it look badass. Okay, am I digressing too much? Yep. Okay, so here's my app and my amazing. I did this. The guy was right. He was right. But I'm not taking this to my mechanic. I have other ways to deal with this. There are ways of making you learn the crank. Me and Klaus, we have a plan for your life. All right. Everybody just calm down. This is the second time I said that. All right. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming by. I love you guys. Thanks for all the likes and the jams and the joins and the happenings and the whammy jammies and everything else. Have a great day and, enjoy it all.